Okay. Hey, it is 5:20 p.m. Wednesday, December 21st, 2022. Happy winter solstice and all that. Give me a minute. Okay. I've kind of made a mess here. Mama lit. This is the new camera working. Thank you. I don't have any spiritual messages or downloads to share because I was asked not to share them. I'm simply being asked to do this reading because there is a, sorry, just chair. This cord is still really tight, so I can't move it too much yet. Give me a minute. The reason why I'm even doing this is because, well, a few reasons. One of them because Mr. JC keeps bringing up a video clip on my screen that says, Pisces, I need you. And when I ignored it, and I was like, you know what, I don't care. I'm just like, I got a song show up on my page that says Greensleeves. And I was like, and the next icon next to it was Pisces, I need you now. And I was like, what the fuck? And then I saw a star and it exploded in a bunch of different colors. And then someone saying something about a winter storm. Oh, come on. Okay, what did I say? Just fucking deal with it. I'll talk to you in a minute. And what we do. Okay, tell me what we need to know. Tell us what we need to know. Tell me how to express it, please. Thank you. And God. Have you guys eaten today? Nourishment on its side. The portal, the exit, waiting for it to expand, the nourishment to arrive, maybe. My stomach's rumbling, so we definitely gotta eat something. I'm looking at these right here, and I can't help but think. Look, why is the moon, right there, right? It's right there, a girl with a red balloon, which has come up so many times recently. And then right here, that moon is pouring out a whole bunch of water on the earth. And it's nourishing everything. Three, 6, 7, 9 is a 3 and 6, and then 7 here. The patience you're expressing and waiting for something to pour out to you is going to pay off. I can't help but see this red as a root chakra that is out of alignment. Maybe you just need to eat more fruits and veggies and drink more water. Stop resisting change. Change your habits. Change the way you look at yourself and trust in the beauty of who and what you are. Okay, but what does this have to do with a Greensleeves or someone asking for a Pisces? I don't like this at all. I'm looking at the side of my head for no reason. I'm gonna put you. Are you gonna fall? Ooh, are you gonna fall? Please don't fall. Stay right there. Stay right there. Good job. Oh, adorable Kim. No! Stay right there. Son of a bitch. Okay, stay right there. Stay right there. Nope. What a beaut. Stay right there for a minute. We get the good old Christmas tree. Stick you on top of the tree. Whoop. Okay. Upright. Over here. I put you on top of it. Nope, too high. Right here. Well, that kind of works. Okay. Dang it. Okay. I got it work. Kind of, sort of. We'll deal with it. I hope you guys have been having a good day. It's been a really good day for me. 7, magic. The more you nourish yourself, the more magic you're going to be able to do that's actually nourishing. Or use your magic to nourish the earth. Because I was saying something earlier about a winter storm, right? Some like thing that's happening or supposed to happen, or I don't know. You could use warmth and magic to nourish, to turn that snow into I keep saying nourishment. Noura means fire. in the old tongue. Nourish. So Nur also means dark or the color black or mirror. Ish means nourish, ish means be quiet. Mint, nourishment. Min means with. So kind of nourishment in the old tongue, if I break it down for you, it means quiet the fire within or silence a fire within and turn it into like water for the earth. Transmutation or something. Make it rain in the desert. I dare you. Okay. Listen here. Someone's feeling like this. Okay. Sorry, I'm just looking at how fucking pink everything looks right now. Someone's feeling like this. Take a minute. Is it you feeling like this? If it's not, ignore what I'm about to say and use it as advice. If it is you feeling like this, what does it feel like? What does she look like? She feels like? Can you be certain that's what she's feeling? He or she. Can you be certain that's not their castle? Can you be certain they're not just rising back up to the surface? Or do you immediately assume they're drowning? If they're drowning or they can't get back up, why is the water so still? Be in control of your emotions so that you can reorient yourself. Maybe this is a portal you're coming out of, a different density, where what was air to you is water to them. Get it? I know what this is. I know what this energy is. And listen, I'm going to tell you as honestly and compassionately as I can. Running from one relationship to another isn't going to work for you. It's just not. Because the energetic debris of what you're going through and what you're dealing with, or someone around you, is like a red mist that isn't supposed to be there. It's not a mist of passion or love or creativity or any of that. It's anger, resentment, neediness, codependentness, a distorted root chakra. feeling unsafe and ungrounded, feeling like they need someone to catch them. But all they need to do is use all those emotions positively, not negatively, but positively, because that would be honoring yourself. How can you feed others when your own table is empty? How are you honoring yourself when you're not setting boundaries from who can come and sit at your table and who can't? It's not honoring yourself, is it? Vertigo. Which way is up, which way is down? If air to you is water to them, how are you going to have to evolve how you feel and think and process things when you get up there? Whatever you choose will be correct, yes. No matter what you do, as long as the reason is to honor yourself and to do right by you first, and then those around you. Because those who sit at these tables and do nothing when they know injustice has been done, there's something else they're guilty of too, isn't there? The ones who cast that magic and hide in the shadows to create confusion and chaos for people. They're also correct and incorrect in what they're doing, aren't they? In one way or another, all of that gets transmuted into something else, doesn't it? Communing with the source. So if you honor yourself, what's the first thing you can do with that magic, those intentions, those desires? Honor yourself. Fill your table. Remove the thorns that pierce people that want to hold you. You don't need those boundaries all the time. You just need to know that you can push them up when someone's trying to push you into this. And you can say, nope, and get back up. Put those thorns up and go sit at your table and honor yourself. And then whenever you need to, you can put those thorns back up again. Become a loving mirror. What's really the problem with you? Whoever you guys are watching this video, what's really the problem? Because I can go around this over and over and over, 1,000 different ways. Witches and warlocks doing shit, people wanting their time in the sun, people working together to do crazy shit, people just having too much patience in the magic that they're doing for good results and bad results. Instead of using it to change the world, nourish the world, they're using it to control the world and do terrible things with it. We get it. Other people just don't want to deal with it. They want to go drown in their emotions, and they feel like they're atoning by being so fucking complacent. We get it. But right now, you guys watching this, you're on a whole different wavelength. So what the fuck really is the problem? Why are you even denying the common sense that you hold within you to answer your own problems and to adjust your own experience in life in a way where you know what you need to do? Why do you need me or anyone to tell you? And look at this song. Do you sense that? fated to suffer by the hands of a witch, but in reverse. Blinded to the pain because it's all there's been in this fucking masquerade. So what's the problem? Am I supposed to be telling you guys? Am I supposed to tell you in a nourishing way? Then I can't tell you as if you were my children. I can't tell you as if you were my nieces or nephews or cousins. I would have to tell you that you're holding on to things and you've held on to them for so long that you think they've made you who you are. You know? And when you know that you need to let those things go, people, places, things, habits, the way you lead your day, every 5 minutes, what you do, you forget. You say, no, it's okay. There's a distraction. There's another man, there's another woman, there's another cigarette, there's another bowl of marijuana, there's another party to go to, there's another hookup on a hookup app, there's another family to pay attention to, there's a TV show to watch, there's another job to do, there's another thing to clean. All because you, whoever you guys are, or someone you know around you, doesn't want to deal with a pain so massive that they have caused or have witnessed that even not speaking about it creates more regret within them. And they keep exchanging today for tomorrow. Five problem keeps persisting. And they already know what to do. They already know how to 1 + 7 it, to work on it. They just don't want to. Because they think that suffering for what they did, the pain they feel, is their atonement. Look at how they wear that pain. Yes, those were the swords we stabbed into their back, and now they're backing ours. Look at how we're fated to suffer. Pity us. But you already are. Now, we're going to look at the key to unlock your cage of gilded regret. And it's up to you to walk through the door, but I'm not going to walk you through that fucking door. I know exactly who you are. And you constantly wearing those blue jeans that remind you of a better time. That you sit and rest and look in this way or the other way or close your eyes to hide while you sit in that regret, tearing apart your own chest. Crying so many fucking tears that the earth beneath you doesn't even need rain. That's you. And for what? Because you can't stop thinking about what the fuck to do about any of your problems instead of just enjoying your day. So much pointless chaos for nothing. So much time lost between people, places, and things, due to people, places, and things being so unhappy and traumatized within themselves that all they want to do is hurt other people so badly so that they can feel what it's like to be so miserable as these dark witch bitches who are so rotten to the core due to all the horrible things they've done that they can't even look at themselves to set themselves free with the truth. Instead, they curse and send birds and spies and stalkers and vultures and roaches and spiders and snakes, pretending to be something they're not. Make peace with your past and then burn it away. So what have you done? Horrible things in the dark of the night, in your closet, in your mind. You felt disgusting in the darkness of your own heart. Or you know someone who has. And what have you done about it? Besides rip yourself to pieces, back and forth. So much control. Because you want people to see you a certain way. So much so that you emanate that onto what you're actually looking at in other people, and you think that they are the same way that you are. So when you see them doing this with a finger, you think they're doing that because they're doing something or sending a secret message, but really they're not. It's just in your head that you think that happens. Just like some of you were thinking that I'm projecting and talking about myself, just so that you don't see that I'm actually talking about you and talking to you and your soul. But you don't want to see that. Because you're afraid. You're afraid of your sisterhood, of your brotherhood, of your family, of your power, of your lineage, of your blood, of your venom, of your poison, of the death and decay around you. You're just avoiding being one with the universe because you refuse to use that magic for good. So you spend time thinking, worrying, and doing things with your hands and your loins that end up biting you from the same serpent that's supposed to rise into your head to awaken the Christ within and drip the golden light down. But instead, you choose to turn away. How can you ever claim you have compassion for yourself or anyone else when that liquid from the pineal, from the eye of Horus, that tear is supposed to go to the heart, but you shield it every time. And every time, it's the correct choice, isn't it? But so is the one you didn't make. The consequences are different. The choice, value, is always accurate by you and your decision making skills, isn't it? You're a child of God after all, creation of the Most High. So no one's really doing it to you, but also everyone's doing it to each other. And to you too, probably. Because they can't allow things to just happen. They let their egos rule them. They are unable to be a loving mirror. And some of you listen to those people. And you think that they're going to help you. But they're just parasites that want what you have and what you're capable. So they fill your mind with things that aren't supposed to be there. I don't even need to say anything about that one. The key to your freedom is compassion for others. Liberation through compassion for others. Brings you freedom. And embracing oneness with the universe. Because no matter what, we're all God's children. And picking on one child over the other just makes God look at all the children and go, these kids aren't ready yet to grow up. They're still fighting amongst themselves. You belong to paradise. Every day and every moment. You're supposed to take that death and bring it back to life. Death is a disease. You belong to paradise. When you deny yourself because of the ego of others you've ridden on. Others that don't love their darkness. They use it as a power to create fear and control. That's not what darkness wants either. See these witches with their birds and their curses and their magic. Utterly fruitless. But they're still allowed to do it, aren't they? Why? Because of God. Source. Hey, Tina. They're not going to pick favorites between their children. So what people do to each other is simply just their decisions. They can do all the fucking dark magic they want, right? Do you think God's going to come down and just smack them and be like, oh, no more dark magic for you? They should, right? But they're not. Because they're all children of God. In place, they have laws of existence that bring back whatever they do to themselves. And in order for you to liberate yourself from them, you have to have compassion for others and connect to the source field. When you do, you recognize you belong to paradise. You gain that compassion, you honor the mystical force within you. Your boundaries become obvious, you recognize how to be a leader. Transform the way you see, and then you let chance take a role in your life. Become a loving mirror. And it all starts with freeing yourself from the little white lies, not only that you tell yourself, but that others have told you to make things okay for you to do horrible things. Oh, you're welcome, honey bunny. And I'm just holding the lantern in the void, being like, hey, you guys forgot a bunch of inner children here. You're the one that went looking for them. So thank you for not abandoning your inner children. Okay. Now, that aside, I don't want to read that anymore. I know, we all do. It's kind of like having to pick up coffee creamer or sugar or something, and it's like you just keep putting it off and eventually you forget. But people who have a lot of trauma, they end up forgetting their inner child because it's easier to leave them behind because that child experienced so much stuff that the adult just feels like they're protecting the child by not acknowledging it. But what they're not realizing is that child is constantly reliving those experiences, that inner child. So you got to do something about it. Yeah. But really, were you walking in Wonderland? Because you were just oblivious to what was going on. It wasn't a Wonderland. You were just naive to what was actually happening. Now you know what's happening. So now you can go and actually live in that Wonderland knowing what's already happening. It's like eating the apple from the tree of life, getting the, knowledge of good and evil. The garden wasn't always that good, was it then? If all you had to get that knowledge was eat an apple. They weren't in Eden, they were in a trap. Because there was good and evil in the world. And they didn't know. They thought they were all in heaven. It's time to let all that stuff go. Because even the world, they're like, oh, the world is so dark. Oh, the world is going crazy. Nope. No, it's not. You guys are simply just seeing what the fuck you've been living in. That's all. Now you get to do it the beauty way. And no more switching today for tomorrow. You want to do something today, do it today. Because tomorrow, what you're experiencing today will be a memory, won't it? Not a real thing you experienced. We all have. We all have, June. We all have. Yep. That's what all that inner child goes through. Yeah, other aspects of you and God. Because you were simply being shown what the world is actually like. Yes, it was traumatizing as a child for all of us, but all we were being shown is what's actually there. Well, June, remember right now, you talking about that stuff, you're forcing your nervous system to relive it. So ground yourself. Ugh, bruh, nobody wants to date you. I'm not going to date you. If you're a man, I'm not going to be subscribed to your YouTube channel and like tarot channel. And if you're a female that's a YouTuber, you're probably just Anya, a card reader that I'm subscribed to. And I'm not dating any of you, and no, I'm not going to. And the only person I would have ever dated, I guess, would be a reincarnation of someone I dated before. And if he was already here, he wouldn't be doing this. He'd be doing this. So fuck off. I'm so tired of it. These people, like, look at these cards that came out. That's why I got quiet. Singer of Initiation and Singer of Intuition. And then the card next to it was Talon the Poet. And then Sylvan is the truth being spoken, and the fairy the pixie who was kissed by fairies or whatever. So somebody being like super duper obsessed and in love and all this weird shit. These Brian Froud's fairy oracle. My friend Ivy, um, I think it was 18 in 1998, 1999. I don't know, somewhere like right around there was when I met her. It was when we would hang around Belmont and Clark in Chicago. And it was my birthday, so it was like 18, 19, or 20. I think maybe it was 16. From 96 to 2000. One of those birthdays, she showed up and she gave me these in a little box, and I still have the box and the card and everything. And it's been like 20 some years. And they're really good quality, obviously. I've been using these for over 20 years. So, Brian Froud's Fairy Oracle is what their name is. I can feel, oh my God, my fucking God. I can feel them, dude, like all around. And they're like, oh, we're going to get through that portal. We're going to get to the sun. We're going to have our time in the sun. Oh, well, we can get to her. She's going to be attracted to one thing or another. Yeah, 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 we're going to get there. Yeah. The fuck you are. I'm out of here. So, like, how do we do it? With kindness, with gifts, with this, with that? Is she ready for this? Is she ready for that? Like, you burned a what? Girl, you better say you're sorry to Jesus real quick. Because oh my God, you know it. You know what cards I missed that I'm really fucking upset over losing, or I was really upset? The first ever tarot card deck I ever got myself. And it was a dragon tarot. Oh my God, they were so cute. They had all these colorful dragons and they were so old, in like 1994, like 1993. And where the fuck did the camera go? You did not burn it on camera, June. Oh my goodness. Well, that's one way to do it. Yay! Oh, I'm sorry. What else do you guys need to know? Like, quit feeling sorry for yourself, dude. Like, oh my God, I can't read for this dude no more. I don't even know what this energy is. It's like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? Clarify this before I even open my mouth anymore because I'm about to say things that are not nice. You're not a tormented soul, Tina. Shut the fuck up. God damn, you talk so bad about yourself in chat sometimes and you put it in writing. Girl, stop. Tell yourself you're beautiful right now. Tell yourself you love yourself. Tell your inner child you're a good kid. And tell yourself you've been a good fucking mother if you have been one. Or that you would be one. Ugh. I'm so grossed out by people who are so negative to themselves and people around them. Fucking gross. And then you want me to sit there and want to coddle you? No. Fucking stop. Eh. Like, how dare you talk to yourself that way? How fucking dare you curse yourself that way? Like, the fuck is wrong with you? You're not getting any love from me for that. Any of you doing that shit. No, you're not. You guys aren't tormented. You're the children of fucking God. What the shit? And then you guys are like, oh, my life is so terrible. Oh, I have so much to do on my land. oh, fucking this issue, that issue, curses, witches, bitches. Like, no one needs to curse you. You just call yourself the tormented soul. Like, the guys I've been picking up on in this reading, there's like 4 of them, dude. They're so horny, it's disgusting. And then their problem is like they keep cursing themselves with their own sexual energy active while they're thinking and speaking random shit to their little jock buddies and witch bitch buddies. And they're sitting there cursing themselves, watching this reading, thinking how they're going to get me to fall in love with them. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And you want me to read about this energy? Fuck off, asshat. Like, I'll bite you with what's left of my fangs before I get new teeth, dude. Like, fuck off. And then I'll bite you with those new teeth. They're replaceable. I'll just keep biting. Like, fucking bastards. The audacity of these people. Like, can you even imagine me going to the workplace and sitting there in the office and be like, I'm gonna go and fuck that one. I'm gonna go and fuck that one. And I'm gonna go and like cause trauma to that one. And like, yeah. No, my time on the sun. Yeah. Oh my god, I know. Like, people sit there doing weird fucking black magic to get me to show my real self, or like they sit there doing weird fucking magic to get me to do embarrassing shit, and I'm just like, you guys know where that magic comes from, right? What are you doing? Fucking weirdo. Oh, it's telling me there's 0 people in here. I've stopped even looking at it. Like, I keep looking at it because it goes up to 1 and then it goes to 0. And then it's like it goes back to 0 after usually I keep track. Because I look at the numbers too for synchronicities and what other messages to share with you. So I don't express every number, I just tell you the message. And I look at that number usually, which is why you see my eyes go up there and then back over here. And I see it go 1 and then it goes back to 0, usually every few seconds. And after the video is done in the analytics area, it usually says there's like 49 or more people watching. 20 to 40 people. The most so far that it's shown me has been 89 people on one live stream at the same time. So I think there's just something on there that just keeps making it go back to 0. So I don't really care. I'm really fucking amused by it. Yeah, like even comments. The other day, somebody left a comment where they were talking shit about me regarding calling Jean out about his fucking black magic bullshit. And I don't even. I clicked it. I clicked the heart on it and stuff, and then like her comment started disappearing, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I responded, and I'm like, hope all's well, whatever. Because I didn't want the rest of her comments to disappear, because I thought she was gonna think I deleted her fucking comments. But like, YouTube's just doing weird fucking shit. Even your comments. I was looking at them on the other video. The comments you were making here in chat were showing up as comments on another video that I did a couple of days ago. And I was like, what the hell? So one video has like 30 some comments now, and it's just stuff from a chat, and I can't even like organize it or clean it or anything. What else do they need to know? Because I want to go. I don't want to. It's really funny when they get it, when they finally wake up and they realize there's a difference between corn and the stalk. You know what it feels like to them, what it'll feel like to them when this moment of being like realizing who they are for doing what they're doing. It's kind of like the moment when a husband and wife are really, really arguing in the same room about something so stupid like toothpaste, right? A toothpaste jar. And they're just arguing and talking and yelling at each other. And then their best friend walks in, a mutual best friend, and they're like, "You guys are arguing about what? Toothpaste again?" And the husband and wife stop and stare at each other and go, that's what they're going to feel like when they recognize that all of their problems are self-made. All the bullshit problems in their life are the results of the law of energy returning to its source all the time. No one's doing shit to them. And me sitting here like saying all this, they think I'm the problem or that I'm doing it to them. And I'm like, really? How lame. So it's just, I was having a talk with God earlier, both of them, all of them actually. And I was like, what do you expect me to do? Fight back? I'm not fighting them. I'm not fighting anybody. Like, why would I even bother? They're the children of God. Why am I going to go to running around, balancing light and dark magic against my family? I'm not doing it. And if I'm supposed to stand up for myself and like speak the truth, then okay. But I'm not fighting anybody because I'd rather go have a barbecue. I mean, really. And then it's like, the whole thing about karma and people being like so happy that negative shit's happening to other people, or they're intending bad stuff to happen to other people. It's kind of like emotionally what's the word? When you look at a child and they cut themselves and you're like, "What are you doing?" And they're like, I do this to feel pain, so I feel alive because I'm so numb." But they don't realize that numbness is the massive amount of emotional happiness they have inside them that they're not allowing themselves to feel because they're addicted to the negative emotions. They think it makes them beautiful or sympathetic, you know? It's a false compassion. And when these people realize how easy it is to be so simple, it'll be embarrassing to the souls of these people that do these things because it's just humiliating to view other people intending or conspiring against other people. And then the battle of black and white. And all those, 50 shades of gray. Like I'm not getting involved in any of that. Because it's so far beneath me that even if I like acknowledge it more than this, it's just I want to hug them. I want to like just hold them while they're screaming and fighting and like trying to hit me or punch me or yell at me or cast their dark magic. I just want to keep hugging them. Are you guys done being so stupid? Are you done? And then my ex, the one that's like constantly stalking these videos, dude. Like, what the fuck? Do you really think I can't pick up on your energy, Corey? All these years, you haven't allowed yourself to miss me. You haven't allowed yourself to deal with the pain. You haven't allowed yourself to fucking acknowledge what you did. You haven't even forgiven yourself because of that, because you haven't acknowledged what you did, because you kept projecting it onto me. And then you went to your mom to constantly get reassurance from her that you're doing the right thing when you yourself know you fucked up real bad. But apparently, it's easier to make a hookup app and pretend that, you're a different screen name on my live rooms every now and then, every day for 6 years, as if I'm a blind oracle or an amateur empath. Like, how easy it would have been all these years ago for you to have taken that emotional arrogance aside, put your pride aside, and realized I'm the best thing you fucking had, and I gave you home and family more than your mother did. And you didn't want it because you wanted a man with a dick that fucks you real bad. So you've been blaming me because you wanted to go out and do that. And that made it easier for you. And you haven't acknowledged this yet, so perpetually you're stalking my YouTube channel, doing and following and interfering with everyone else's readings because you're a fucking coward that still can't pick up the phone or an email, and all you can do is sit behind a fucking LCD display, crying and drinking wine and looking at pictures of dicks, as if I never knew. Lo and behold, still no emails. Ooh, let me keep. When do you think? Like, do you think I have checked? Do you think I give a fuck? And these people with their fucking cults and their goddamn bullshit fucking suitors and their fake YouTube accounts that show up a month ago, 2 months ago, right after I started posting pictures on Instagram again. Lo and behold, all these male tarot card readers start showing up, and each and every one of them lies to me, communicates with me, betrays me somehow, steals something, and all I ever do is just, hi, I'm just jumping on your video to click a like. See you later. And then they start doing weird energy shit. And then they start like making videos to insult me. And then they start doing all sorts of fucking weird magic bullshit. What is wrong with you people? And then people like Jane and these other card readers and their ridiculous covens and like, it's literally called a murder of crows, right? You guys have literally been committing murder. And you guys think you're the good guys in your game of black and white that nobody's playing with you on the side? Every time I acknowledge you, it's to get you away like a bunch of fucking birds in a fucking cornfield. Get out of here. And they're like, oh, we're going to do magic. We're going to cast a storm. We're going to call the covens. We're going to have crisscross stalk you on Facebook. We're going to have fucking people come and gang stalk you. You know, yeah, okay, Jane. Whatever. Do you need a hug? Because remember the first time I talked to you, Jane? I thought you were a cool person and I was showing you support. And you got jealous because your birds were being nice to me. And then you called them your birds, so you showed them all that you're a narcissist that thinks you control your raven's nest, that they're your ravens without any free will of their own. And then you've turned them into energetic weapons to attack other people and to be energy harvesters. You're nothing more than a fucking archon. A bad one. Or you're pretending to be an archon and you're just made out of the fucking dust of the soil anyway. Like everybody else. Like all these fucking ridiculous people, man. And all these energy vampires and all these fucking people in these organizations. It's like, do you guys have nothing better to do? Nothing? Why don't you go make popcorn? There's like so many shows on HBO Max. Have you seen Doom Patrol? It's fucking great. I laughed so much yesterday at that episode. Oh my god, Doom Patrol is fucking hilarious. Watch it, June. There's an episode at the end of season 1. I won't spoil all of it, but someone tries to open a portal and like accidentally does something else that triggers everyone's orgasm. And the entire town ends up having an orgasm all at once. It's the fucking funniest thing I've seen on TV. Doom Patrol. DOOM Patrol. At least watch season 1. I guarantee you, you're going to laugh real hard more than once every fucking episode. And you might cry 1 or 2 times. but in a good way. And the rest of it is just fucking absurd. Like, there's, it's so absurd. Like, it's one of those shows where you're watching it and you're like, yeah, I see the decoding, I see the messages, but really, they're so fucking like hilarious and dumb that it's like, A plus to whoever made Doom Patrol, dude. A fucking plus. It's by far, like, out of all the Marvel stuff, out of all the superhero movies I've ever seen, I will gladly sit there watching Doom Patrol over any of them, except X2. X2 was good. X-Men 2. Wakes up by himself. Sounds familiar, but if it's more Saturn stuff to make Saturn the bad guy, then it's just more propaganda bullshit. Without Saturn, you guys wouldn't even know you're here. You would have gone boop, right on by through the time stream. With Saturn, you get a consolidation of matter, a condensation, a density. You get time, structure, bones, crystals, surfaces, geometry. Without Saturn, you have no element of Earth. Let's put it that way. Another one of those fucking movies. I'm so tired of those post-apocalyptic bullshit. Yeah. There's so much going on in the universe and the solar system and the galaxy and all the other planets and all the other life forms and all the other inner life forms and all the places on the earth, in the earth, around the earth, and then in the multifaceted fucking state of reality. And these dumb bitches would rather spend their time being petty, mean girls, fuel for a comedy script, than to be decent human beings and actually create a community worldwide. And they want me to fight with them and to do what? Bitch, get in my pot. I need some corn. I like smoked so much weed today. I think I went stupid. Like, everything I've been thinking about today, I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And I've just been like going through everything and thinking, this is the most beautiful world I've ever fucking seen, with the most beautiful species I've ever fucking seen, with the most warm and loving hearts and the most beautiful things. Like, do you remember Macy's windows during Christmas time in those little towns with the lantern streetlights and the babies in the fucking carriages and people walking with cups of coffee, and it's just like jingle bell music at the end of every fucking block? Oh my God. Do you people not remember what it's like to be good people? To be happy? When I tell you, think of the Christmas spirit, what are you thinking about? Hallmark? Like, who am I even talking to? When you were little, right? But why is no one doing it now? What the fuck? Yeah, and then people are like, oh, we're losing time. We're not losing time. Time isn't moving quicker. We're not distorting reality. What we're doing is not creating reality the way we used to, because we're not happy anymore as a species, because we stopped creating reality the way we used to. It's nothing about the boxes. It has nothing to do with TVs. It has nothing to do with AI. It has nothing to do with the governments. It has nothing to do with organizations. It has nothing to do with any of it. The problem, the pinpoint root fucking problem, is that every single human being is using the fucking excuse of the person next to them to not create a fucking sanctuary for themselves. Instead, they spend their time hoveling, groveling, praying, casting, cursing, watching TV all the time, and wasting the tools and the gifts given to them by the Creator, because they're busy doing dark magic bullshit instead of fixing a store display for people to walk around and see how beautiful the city can be, instead of decorating their house and their yard for holidays and seasons,
instead of coming up with a new brilliant fucking invention to help humanity, instead of creating the most gorgeous piece of art to inspire the world, instead of studying and researching how to process and analyze emotions and genetics and the cellular structure of the human body to help restore people in pain and all this stuff, right? Instead of all that, instead of taking care of your families, your neighborhoods, your trees, your flowers, your birds, your grass, your floor, instead of all the things you could make with fucking paper, make little postcards with glitter things on them, make your own handmade Christmas presents, figure out what kind of new coffee flavor to make, instead of all this shit. And then some of the other ones who've been doing like black magic shit on me, all this time, you guys have had access to magic and power and money, and you've let me suffer all this time because of your broken 7 deadly sin chakra centers that has caused you all to have a distorted view of fucking reality. And then you say that the world is doing it to you, that they're trying to control you with a mark of the beast in your hand. Do you know what a mark of the beast actually does? It finds the beasts, the ones who use that power within them to hurt others. Then the mark of the beast, which is in the chip format, goes off so that there's no more violence in the world. Are you a beast? Or are you a child of God? And then I get told by Christ himself, by Isis herself, to come down here and be mother to the world while they just fucking rape and pillage and plunder and steal. And then they constantly accuse me of shit they're doing just to fucking feel like they're doing something right by making an enemy where there never was one. And then they're like, oh, we're going to use magic and our mystical shaman fucking skills to cast smokes and shadows across the world and everything else. And then they're like, not even realizing you guys just became the very fucking thing you swore to destroy. You guys became the devil. You cast black magic. You guys became the villains. Congratulations. Of all the ways to go down that maze, corn is another word. Maze is another word for corn. Of all the ways to go down that maze, you guys decided to go down the path of the villains because you guys wanted to fight a battle against a fucking serpent that doesn't exist other than within yourselves in the form of a tapeworm or toxoplasmosis gondii, which causes you guys to go towards the enemy and see it as an ally, and to go towards the ally and see it as the enemy. A duality flip of light and dark. The blind god. The lion-headed worm. I'm not talking about Yahweh or the demiurge. A lion-headed worm is a fucking tapeworm. A caterpillar. A moth. Even a fucking ladybug. Okay, have you ever seen a ladybug when it's in its I don't even know what's happening to my hair anymore. Have you ever seen a ladybug when it's not a ladybug yet? It's still a little wormy thing. It's like red and black and it looks really weird and it's really creepy. Oh my god, you guys don't even get it. Like, there's actually something physiologically wrong with the human body. It's called toxoplasmosis gondii. It's a parasite that sits in the brain and the intestinal tract. It interferes with the common logic centers of yellow and blue. People end up doing really stupid shit. Yellow and blue. They end up doing stupid shit. And then they're like, oh no, we're doing the right thing. No, you guys aren't doing the right thing. You guys are literally infected by a fucking parasite that was given to the earth thousands of years ago from somewhere that it wasn't supposed to be here from. That parasite has been infecting you guys through all of the fucking life forms within each other for years. That's why violence started. And you guys are like, no, the lion-headed worm is the demiurge. No, the demiurge is the god of justice and order. It's Yahweh, Sophia's son, the goddess of wisdom. There is no evil in this universe. That is why this parasite was created, to teach you guys. It's like a worm in the apple of Adam and Eve. You like that metaphor better? I am not the enemy. You guys attacking me simply reveals those of you who are infected with the parasite. It's so fucking ridiculous. Of course. Of course. Those people were supposed to study all of that stuff so they could keep humanity safe. Instead, they got infected by those parasites and they started fucking humanity up. That's the only problem. Hence why Jesus Christ always says, forgive them, they know not what they do. Forgive them, they know not what they do. Forgive them, they know not what they do. Because they are constantly affected with these fucking parasites. So everything they're doing is creating rotting fruit that, look at those butterflies, we're supposed to sacrifice away. Because every fucking time, what does Yahweh do? He brings the wild woman to do a dance, and then thunder happens in the sky, and then the fucking sky explodes, and the eagle comes down, and fucking waters come from the sky, and everybody gets wiped away because everyone's infected with the fucking parasite. I'm like, June, I just don't understand, man. Like, I don't understand how I'm supposed to unparasite these people when they're constantly thinking that they're fine. Like, if you think it's okay to do black magic against someone, you have a parasite, bruh. If you eat meat, you have parasites. If you eat a lot of sugar, sugary things, sugar itself and yeast, you have a lot of candida, which is a parasitic bacterial overgrowth that it starts behaving in a parasitic way towards the human body. It creates a coating within the inner structure of a filmy white mucousy thing that creates blockages like a veil that you can't see through clearly through your nervous system and your vessels and your blood and your intestinal tract walls. So then you don't think straight, you don't get the nutrients right, you don't get the amount of food you need, even though you eat. So what do? You get fat. It gets stored as fat. I've heard that pine tree oil, and there's something called pine tree molasses. It's so good. It's so good, but it's so strong. It's like one teaspoon every other day. I used to eat some of that pine tree stuff. My hair was like super thick and strong. My bones, my skin, everything was like amazingly strong. I don't know what's in pine tree molasses or regular molasses or in the molasses made out of red soil from the Middle East. Oh my God, that stuff is like replenishing to the core, man. They did. Like, that's why I've been trying to get people to realize the old ways I used to live in Iran and Germany, the ways I was taught, the ways of the earth, of natural magic. And these people are saying, oh, like in the other video, I was talking about this. This reminds me of this again. In the other video, I was talking about the empresses and the oracles, the kings and queens, how empires work, how the natural order, the hierarchies, things like that work, right? And nature magic. And this person like didn't comprehend a fucking thing I said. How many empires are on Earth? Many. How many empires have more than one empress? None. Each empire has one empress. How many cults and organizations and religions are there? Many. How many of them have more than one high priestess? None. How many kingdoms and queendoms and pharaohhoods and, whatevers are there, like places of rulership? Many. And there were many more throughout time, too, of all of them. How many kings and queens did each of those kingdoms on their own have? One. One king, one queen. One empress, one emperor. Each religion, each god, each goddess has one high priestess. Each cult has one high priest and one high priestess, right? There's one from each sect, cult, group, coven, whatever. But then there's other priestesses, there's witches, warlocks, shamans, whatever, doctors, nurses, lawyers. But there's one, vice something. There's one head cheese. There's, in charge. There's one most high. But there are other gods and goddesses. There's one planet Earth. Planet Earth has one fucking focal point of its own consciousness in human form. That form becomes the oracle of one specific consciousness connected to source consciousness, which is Gaia's oracle. So, am I an oracle of something else? Nope. I speak for the earth and source. Others speak. I share messages. My role is to be mother to the children of the world and to speak for Gaia. As Gaia, with as much of Gaia I can stick in here at the same time without spontaneously combusting. Does that mean that I'm a high priestess of your order or an oracle of your god or belief system or structure or any of that? No! Is your IQ okay? Do you have a brain tumor pushing up against the common sense part of your brains? Sophia is the goddess of wisdom. Wisdom is common sense as well. Yahweh, Demiurge, Yaldabaoth, is her son, her parthenogenesis. But since she is made of the Father, she is wisdom itself, right? The emanation of wisdom. From the emanation of wisdom comes the knowledge of justice. What's right and wrong? What's imbalanced? Balance is nature. From nature comes chaos. The balanced, high vibrational form of chaos is order. The high vibrational form of balance, the utmost core root of it, the seed of it, is justice. From Sophia came Yaldabaoth, the god of justice and order. What have these people thought of Yahweh since they've been here, of Isis, of Osiris, of Ra, of Anubis? Demons, gods, devils, demiurges. Jesus Christ, they thought is Satan as well. They made up devils, demons. What happened to the light bearer, the bearer of the light? She was painted as the devil, the accuser, the prince of lies. Why? Because they told them there is no other shit. What you guys are doing is actually what you're doing to yourselves, and nobody up there in any realm wants you guys to be doing this to each other. What's the problem? Oh, right, you guys have a parasite pushing in your brains telling you guys that, your allies are your enemies and that you have enemies. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. You guys are directly connected to God. Jesus Christ, God, Yahweh, all the forces of creation protect all of you perpetually. You guys wake up and breathe every fucking day. You eat, sleep, shit. You have electricity, you have houses, you have cars, you have money. You have more than enough money. You have more money than I do. I have $9. It's a few days before Christmas Eve. And I have $9 and I can't go anywhere to see any family. And my grandmother's in the hospital. You want to talk to me about your problems? You want to have a contest? Do you want to see whose problems are bigger? Nope. Because we're all going through something. And we should be helping each other. I needed a camera. Mama Lit sent me one. Bless you. I was short on money and I didn't even know how I'm going to get to yesterday. June had sent me a donation. Bless you. I was feeling like crap and I didn't want to make any more videos a few months ago. And then suddenly, boom, here we are. Because the tribe started showing up. We're supposed to be working together. Can you even imagine, Miss Drama Jane? What would happen if you had actually treated me like your little sister? Or your kooky best friend? Can you guys who've been trying to rape me financially, mentally, energetically, and physically, you with a penis, penises, can you guys even imagine if I was your little sister or your little brother and someone else was having those thoughts that you've been having about me, about your little brother or your little sister? And you've been having those thoughts about me. And I'm someone's brother and sister. And no one's standing up for me but me. What do you want me to do? After everything I've been through, to sit here and prove myself to you as your mate? Is that enough proof for you that I don't even want to consider being your team mate, let alone your bed mate? We can be a community and I don't need to be near you. Oh, honey, they're not in my head. I'm just trying to explain things to them because it's really absurd because it's going on perpetually in every fucking video. And what they're not realizing is the more bad shit they're doing when I'm being seen or doing my job, they're hurting themselves over and over and over energetically and karmically by going and doing something against someone who's not doing anything to them. So me acknowledging this is putting a timeout in the universal flow of like bullshit to be like, are you guys really going to keep doing this? Because I'm really not fighting any of you. But this is what you're doing and this is what it's like to deal with your energy when it's unwelcomed. Is that it? It's so stupid. Like I just can't. I feel bad. Like I feel like I'm supposed to protect them from their own choices, you know? But at the same time, it's like you gotta do what you're gonna do. Yep. And I'm just tired of it. Like now that I've comprehended it even more lately, more and more and more, the way these people are, the way that like the parasite mentality is, it's just like the only other time in my life I have felt so futile in attempting to get someone to see reason was when I was walking down an alley in Chicago. And I was like 17, maybe. Oh my God. There was like, I was just walking through the alley to get to the apartment that my parents lived in. And there was a big bulldog behind the fence and a bunch of other dogs. And next to it was a honeysuckle tree or a honeysuckle bush. And I wanted to go up to that honeysuckle bush and smell it. And I was like, oh, those dogs look scary. And I was like, no. So I smelled like the wind blew, of course, obviously, fucking wind. And I smelled the honeysuckle and I was like, oh, fine. So that dog did not stop barking for so long that a bunch of other dogs in the neighborhood started joining in. And then all the dogs were barking because they all wanted cuddles and pats on the head. But I can't reach over the fence to pet them because the fence was like one of those huge, like car sliding fences, like the door sliding fences for the door driveway, garage driveway. So I'm standing there on the corner smelling the honeysuckle by this parking garage thing in the alley. And these dogs are just barking and barking and barking. And I'm like talking to the dogs while I'm smelling the flowers. It's how pointless it is. And honestly, after this day, it's just like, now I know that this energy is just what it is. And there is nothing I can do about it. There is no boundary I can put up. There is no transmutation thing I can do. There's many paths to connect to the light and to use magic. These people just want to use it that way. So what can I do about it? Nothing. So now I get to adjust in the only way that I technically can, which is to use this as a stepping stone. So whenever I sense these people's energy, the only thing I can do, and if you guys are going through something like this too, is simply acknowledge it and mentally acknowledge it, kind of like, oh, there's that feeling, and then focus so that you don't read for that energy. Do the same thing for people that bother you face to face in real life. They kind of come at you like a barking dog. If you respond in fear, that dog wanting cuddles will end up chasing you, and then you're going to be afraid even more. You must never run from anything immortal, remember? So just you know, yep. I get so many synchronicities in these readings. I'm always in such a like high vibe place. It's heavenly to do these readings, honestly. Even that negative energy, it's kind of like thunder rumbling in the distance. And I'm just like, they're there. They're there. And then I see it in the corner and I'm just like, many paths, and you guys keep choosing that path. And you charge down it in just a thunderous way. Good job, you guys. I mean, what else? Good job. No. Okay, so there's that energy there. There's the other path there. Rumbling, thunder, clouds, completions, Venus and Mars. Oh, yesterday's video, Venus and Mars. Where are Venus and Mars right now? Do any of you know? Venus, Mars, and something about Taurus. Soul retrieval. Oh, yeah, it is. Soul retrieval, lightning, the earth, and giveaway. Down this many path that you go, the way to retrieve your soul fragments, the pieces of you that you didn't want and you left in the lower world and avoided, is to let the thunder and lightning of your life make as much noise as they want. Give it away. Give it away. Give it away. Because the more they do this, as they go down this, the more they do this, the more this, becomes illuminated. 11. The more they do this, the more enlightenment and humbleness you get. The more they do this, the more they illuminate this. The more you go here and bring your inner selves up to this holy mountain, The more that thunder, Jupiter and Venus, or Mars and Venus, can help you. Do you comprehend? The parts of you in the lower world are the parts of the earth, too. We are all her children, too, aren't we? So if you want to retrieve pieces of you, stop attacking pieces of her. If you want to help others retrieve pieces of them, then help them connect to her. Oh, thank you, honey. I'm about to close this off, though, because I think everybody got what they needed to hear. Let me get you one more of these, because June, I worry about you sometimes. I worry about you, honey baby. In a good way, not a bad way. Like, I keep sending you blessings. I think every time I feel that feeling of sending you blessings, you're doing something absurd. And I'm like, oh no, fairy godmother time. I gotta send her good blessings. Like, dear Sky Mommy, Sky Daddy, help June. She's at it again. She's gonna run into something. Revelation, discovery, epiphany. The fairy godmother and the fairy Norn. Patience, planning, cooperation. Gift, divine inspiration and awakening. And before the gathering, another 11. 4, 5, 5. You're going to be receiving a gift or a message soon from someone who's going to shake you out of your whoop whoop and get you to see that, where is it? Patience, planning, and cooperation are your way to go. Mama lit. I fucking love this camera. I fucking love it. Do you see how easy it focuses, bro? Look at it. Boop, 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 boop. Focused. Okay. Now I'm going to boil it down for you guys again real quick. This entire reading, because some of you guys get a bunch of weird ideas. Yeah, I was an elf queen. Better do whatever. Moral of the story. Your emotions, deal with them. Your inner child, stop leaving it to the trauma in your past because it makes you a bully. If you do black magic against other people, you have a parasite in your mind called Toxoplasmosis gondii, and it's making you do terrible shit to people you care about and that you're supposed to help. If you're an ex or a potential lover to someone else, you shouldn't be a fucking coward. Just tell them how you fucking feel. If you're waiting for someone to tell you how they feel, go eat some popcorn instead and watch the Doom Patrol. Fuck them. If there's people in your life who are constantly annoying you and you're irritated at being around them, get over that irritation feeling and look at them as if they're people you love and see if you still feel the same way when you're forcing yourself to not feel that irritation and feel curiosity instead. If there's people, if you think you're being gang stalked, targeted individuals, blah, 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 spend maybe the next hour just ignoring it. I mean, really, you probably fed that belief system enough to where if you ignored it for the next 10 days, maybe the energy would pass and then you can have a better day. Remember, it's all fucking energy. If you're keeping a hold of all of that energy and you're constantly thinking about it and constantly feeling about it, you're constantly manifesting it. If you're verbalizing, listen, if you're thinking, my life sucks, and then you're feeling that feeling, and then you say, my life sucks, guess what happens? I'm not from your universe. I'm not bound by your rules. So stop being stupid to yourselves. Because we can be having a lot of fucking fun in this world. But you guys are so busy making up the most absurd problems. Ugh! For what? For what? To hang out with each other after like decades and years and be like, oh, I wish I knew you when I was little. Oh, that person deserves so much goodness. Why don't you send them a greeting card? Oh, I'm so upset over that person being so, people are treating them so unjustly. And you're witnessing it. What are you doing about it? You're part of the peanut gallery too, Charlie Brown. Get the fuck back there and have a seat. The fuck? Like, you want me to what? Give you what? There. You're so dumb. There, dummy. Go be mother to the children. I'm the coolest fucking mom you've ever had. I ain't letting you get away with shit. You want to raise the next generation of children like this? With these fucking stupid beliefs? Where they're like, we're gonna rebirth the firmament, numbnuts. If air to you is air above the firmament, the air is their water. So, can you even fathom how dumb the human race looks to the gods when you guys are sitting there? He cheated on me again. And you're still with him? I love him. Are you sure you're just not a coward and you want to be alone forever? Fuck you, bitch. I hate you. Okay, bye. Do you see how utterly stupid I can make a lot of problems on planet Earth by simply showing you common sense? Then why don't you solve cancer and the world fucking hunger? Okay, hold on. Stop hating yourself and your body will stop trying to eat itself through your hatred. And end world hunger. Okay. Whoever has more than $5 million, you are hereby legally obliged to re-nourish your neighborhood with flowers, trees that bloom fruit, vining trees that create berries and fruits, and you're obligated to create an orphanage in every region of every city. So every suburb should have an orphanage and an old elderly home that is good quality. There you go. Go ahead, you have more than enough money. You can rent a facility for $500 a month. Rent it, hire a manager, there you go. Get some therapists, make it a fucking orphanage. Like, you want to solve world hunger? Why are there trees that don't bear fruit in the streets? Oh, right, because you wanted it to be world hunger so that you can blame world hunger so that you can keep your money. And then right now, with all these people that are like hating and loving me and whatever the fuck they're doing, Look at how significant you guys are. That, like, you're so significant that, like, I'm having a conversation with a device sitting on a Christmas tree. And then with June and Tam. And you guys are sitting there somewhere on the other side doing this. Or, Om Yorengeki. Right? Like, that's the energy you guys exhibit. You guys okay? Because to me, it's just this and weird thoughts in my head and weird feelings in my energy field. But you guys, some of you are actually doing that. Tina, I know you're fine. Tam, I know you're fine. Like, you guys, I'm not including you guys in this stuff. Like, you guys are fine. But Jude, stop like being mean to yourself. And right now, if you're eating that sandwich, you better not be saying, "Oh, this is gonna make me so fat." My kids would hate me, dude. Mom, why didn't you let us be stupid? Because then I have to unstupid you. And you're not going to like that a lot. There you go. But now why don't you say I eat chocolate and I become healthier every day. Look at Tam. Look at fucking Tam. Bruh, did the toxoplasma just like fart on you or something? It is possible to eat chocolate and not get fat. You just have to not tell yourself or believe that you're going to get fat if you eat chocolate. It's called a placebo. It's literally proven to work better than some actual things. Oh, not possible to raise. Oh, yeah, to unstupid them? Yeah, bro. Like, to unstupid someone? Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Like, this is what it looks like. God has to do this. Do you guys feel unstupefied yet? And no SIBO? Girl, give me some fucking dollar SIBO methods to fucking manifest the money so I can get myself a fucking house and get out of Racine in this cold. Because if, like, all this magic worked, dude, don't you think I'd have a car by now? Like, don't you guys realize it all goes through God and the goddess? You guys are like, oh, it's about instant manifestation and manifesting this and intending that. Yeah, well, you're still going through the cosmic secretary known as God and making order with the universe, and it has to be proved, and it takes time to manifest in physical form. And then by the time it does, you usually don't even want it, so you're not on the wavelengths to get it. So then God gives you guys something different because you guys just aren't on the wavelength of wanting what you wanted when you wanted it. Because you guys keep thinking and feeling and manifesting shit all day long by thinking, feeling, and talking about it. Do you know what I think and talk about every day to myself? Fucking weird TV shows. And how I like try to make sense of God's world in my head. I'm like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is that? How does this even work? What does this even do? And then when shit doesn't make sense, God's like, my brain goes, and then I hear and see and feel clearly. And I'm like, oh, wait, lucidity. And then everything makes more sense. And then it's like a constant fucking rebirth every day, every minute, every fucking second. Because nothing's the same ever. You can't stand in front of a river and see it twice the same way. Ever. It's not even a waiting place. It's the place where people are supposed to just fucking enjoy themselves, man. And they're like, we're waiting. Well, why aren't you fucking doing something fun while you're waiting? Because it's your first winter. I don't know what song it is. And I'm silent lucidity. Yeah. You just got to know. When God made everything and said, let there be light, God wasn't thinking, do I make light first? Do I sit there and like creating that? Nope. God just simply felt what was required and then said, let there be light. And there was. And what did he find there? In the dark that he put the light on in? Gaia! Let that sink in for a minute. Okay, I think we've done enough goofiness today. I'm gonna go. My tea kettle has been like yelling at me in the background for a few while. And I look like a fucking pink cartoon right now. Girl, you guys are literally doing it right now. Who the fuck cares what the Aborigines did? You're doing it right now. Fucking love you, Tam. God damn it. Bless you guys. And seriously, happy solstice and all that. And Yule or whatever this day is you call on your calendar. Honor your mothers, please. For fuck's sake, honor Mother Earth. Just like go give her a hug. Remind her, hey, you're a child that's aware that the planet's sentient and she doesn't have to fucking babysit you 24/7. She can just have fun with you and play with you because you're aware of her. So, yeah. Thank you for any gifts you guys send. But for fuck's sake, please tell me that you're sending me a gift so I can keep an eye on the mail. Because my neighbor brought me the camera today. She was like, Celeste, check your fucking mail. And I'm like, God damn it, Angela, thank you. Man, she knocked on the door. She's like, how many times do I have to bring you your mail? And I'm like, oh my God, she's fucking amazing, man. She's so tall. She's so strong. And when the other week I caught her punching a guy in the fucking hallway because he was like knocking on her door and he's like, honey, you're my wife. Let me in. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on in the hallway? And I look and she's like, get the fuck off my fucking door, you asshole. I'm punching this dude who's sitting in a fucking wheelchair, drunk off his ass, in a fucking state from the other building, found himself in this hallway telling my neighbor friend, that he's her husband, long lost husband that she forgot about, and that she should let him in. And I was just standing by the door right here, right there, like laughing my fucking ass off at this giant black woman beating the the entire time. This dude, who's totally okay, by the way, is sitting there still saying, honey, baby, stop. I swear to God, I could not take anything seriously until he's like, baby, help me. To her. And I'm like, Angela, what are you doing after 3 hits? I'm like, what are you doing? Are you okay? And she's like, this fool thinks he's my husband again. Apparently, this neighbor does this to her all the time. So she knocked on my door earlier today and brought me this camera. Check your fucking mail, Celeste. Sorry, I was getting high on marijuana. God damn it. Becky. Where's Becky? I hope she's having fun. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. We transmuted what we needed to. I had to tell you that story to transmute that stupid energy because it's like sticky goo. So annoying. Anyway, you guys have fun. Enjoy yourselves. Thank you for everything. Just please fucking tell me that you sent me something if you do, so that I don't get yelled at by my super strong Amazon neighbor who's like my bodyguard all day long. Real quick, another story I gotta tell you. My other neighbor the other day, the one who keeps being like really shady to me, or used to be really shady to me, he was up there like talking to the service coordinator. And Angela walked by and she was like, "Do you want me to kick his ass for you?" And I was like, "No." We were laughing so fucking hard. He stood there and he's looking at us. He's like, "What are these two fucking bitches laughing at?" And I'm like, "Fucking dare you to knock on my door again, asshole." The guy, not the girl. Right. She's so ridiculous. Like one of these days, I might ask her and be like, "Do you want to be on camera? I need to show you to my friends. They don't believe you're real." And she'll be like, "Do you want me to kick their ass?" No, please don't hurt them. They're God's children. We're supposed to take care of them. She's a legit Amazon dude. She's a nurse. She already lost her husband years ago. She's fucking powerful. She's in her 50s. She's like 6'5" or something. Like she's fucking tall as hell. And she's strong and the jawline she has, man, and the fucking body mass, like no way she's just a regular human. She's part of some ancient fucking bloodline. You can see it in her. She's so strong. Anyway, ever since she's moved in, I've been like so much more bratty to these neighbors that have been mean to me. And oddly enough, being bratty to them and laughing at them whenever they do stupid shit, and I'm like, "Oh really?" And like getting right in their faces, but in a funny way. They're being so much nicer and more comfortable around me. So I'm starting to see like they were really in a way weirded out or intimidated or like worried or treating me like I'm fragile. And I'm like, no, I just cry a lot. Sorry, Pisces ascendant. I'm like constantly crying. And then I'm just, washing dishes and I'm like, whatever. Was I just crying again? Okay. Ice cream time. You do cry all the time too, Tam? Like, is it just really easy for you just to start crying out of nowhere? Is that a thing, like a Pisces thing? Or is it just me being overly sensitive to every fucking thing in reality? Because I feel like it's a Pisces thing. Oh, it's a me thing, isn't it? Son of a bitch. It's an us thing. God damn it. People cry. Crying is good. If you're going to cry, at least cry usefully. Remember the energy I felt earlier? And I was like, someone feels like they're drowning and they're so sad with their regret. And I was like, do you know what the real advice to someone like that is who's constantly in gilded regret? Stand in front of a fucking mirror, stand there naked, and just tell yourself all the thoughts you're thinking out loud. I dare you, and I guarantee you, you won't last more than 16 seconds. Go do it. The next time you say anything negative to yourself, your homework assignment, or let me help you guys find union. The next time you want to sit there and think about someone you want to be with, but you're too cowardly, or the next time you have a negative thought about yourself, or the next time you have a thought of worry about yourself or someone around you, like genuine worry to where you're like manifesting negative energy for them, Or the next time you want to attack someone in any kind of way, take your clothes off, stand in front of the mirror, talk to yourself the way you want to talk to that person, or the way you think to yourself. If you don't do that, I'm going to tell Draco Dominusi, and he's going to bite your dicks off. No, I'm really serious. I don't want to hear anything about any negative emotions anymore. I don't want to hear about how, I don't want to read about it. I don't want to see it in the newspaper. I don't fucking care. So the next time you guys want to do your weird shit or talk bad about yourselves, go do it in front of a mirror. Or remember the other day I told you, have a cup of water, say all those things to that cup of water, and then drink it. I dare you. You wouldn't, would you? You absolutely wouldn't. You'd be like, I'm not drinking that shit. I'm not going to go yell at myself in front of a fucking mirror naked. Ugh. But you're doing it to me, to others, to yourself mentally all day long. So, if you can't dish it out, if you don't want to reap it, don't sow it, Cletus, because I'm not watering your shit. If I'm going to shit on something, it's going to be on my lotus flower seeds so they can bloom and be real stinky. Do you like my accent? I've been practicing how to be really obnoxious. I started making that accent when I was in Arkansas a few years ago. Or like, God, oh my God, it's been like a decade already. Jesus. I was making that accent in Arkansas because Nick kept being really fucking weird. And everywhere he would take me, he had these like weird Arkansas fucking slang terms. It's a city in the south of the United States, kind of. So Illinois is right there. Arkansas is like somewhere over there. I drove there on $100 and a dead cell phone with a car that had a fuel pump problem. And I drove there, and by the time I got there, everybody was a country bumpkin. You know, I drove through the Mississippi River area. I drove through fucking Texas, and I got there, and everyone was talking weird. And Nick was like, if you're going to blend in or try to blend in, you're going to need an accent. And I was like, fucking fuck, how am I supposed to have an accent? So I listened to him and his father speak all the time for a few weeks, and I was like, well, don't you know? Arkansas is like, you know, the cowboy stereotype or the hillbillies or the, that kind of like life in the country where everybody has like acres of land that they don't do shit with other than leave one horse just wandering around because they're too lazy to grow anything on that land. Like, and then they all speak in barbecue and say, hey, y'all. Or like, y'all coming for some, you know, for some fixing for some dinner or some shit. And they all just, it's just family and community. And it was the most amazing fucking place I've ever been. And if I could go back to fucking Arkansas, except minus the snakes, I would definitely go back to Arkansas. It's fucking gorgeous. Gorgeous. And I was near Russellville. If you guys know where that is, that's where I had gone to. I stayed there for a few months. Russellville, Arkansas. It was so peaceful. Like God, when God took me there and made sure I got there safely, bro, there were mountains, there were forests, there were houses. Each house didn't have a block or a city like address. It was a weird curved line in a forest where you had to go down this weird forest path, and then there's one house there, and then their neighbors are like a mile down the other way through that forest path, and then they both share the same exit path out of there. It's so fucking amazing in these places. And then when people think about America, they're like, oh, the cities, the fucking messed up places. No, that's like 5 places in America: Chicago, LA, New York, um, someplace in Texas. I think it's Dallas. It's like a high-rising place, kind of like main cities, but everything else around them. I fucking love America. I fucking love it. Oh my goodness. If you can go and look at Skokie, Illinois, or Evanston, Illinois, look at places around like City View, those places. If you go to Wisconsin, the state I'm in, look at Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And then go north of Milwaukee or south and like southwest in those directions or even west and look in those areas. The Midwest of the United States is so fucking gorgeous. And the farther west and southwest you go, you get the mountains. And oh my goodness, you guys, the fucking mountains. You go up these mountains and there's cities on top of the fucking mountains within another city that you're already in. So in Russellville, there is a mountain called Mount Nebo. Mount Nebo has its own city on top of it, but the mountain is in a city near Russellville. And it's not even that big of a mountain. You drive around it. Like in order to get up there, it's not a straight drive up. You drive around and around and around and around and around. And as you're going, it's all forests and weird cliffs and then little pathways with little villages and cities on top of this fucking mountain. Fucking gorgeous. And then if you go to New Mexico, I was in Albuquerque and those places. Oh my God, I've seen pictures of Washington. I used to know somebody who was, I've known a lot of people in Washington, D.C. and the West Washington, where it's just way over there on the west side of the country. And they would send me pictures. Oh man, the entire place is like one giant fucking marble computer chip almost. Arizona, my ex-best friend went to Phoenix, Arizona. That place is fucking awesome. And North Dakota and Vermont. Salem, Massachusetts. Oh my God. Have you been or seen images of Salem? Or Jesus Christ, go look at Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. That's where I used to live, where all that crazy shit happened with me and Corey and the covens and all that crazy shit. Man, Lake Geneva, beautiful, 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 beautiful. And then right next to Lake Geneva is Delavan. And Delavan in the old tongue means the movement of my heart. Such a beautiful place. All country, all little fishing places, forests, community barbecues at the end of every fucking corner, fridges from farms. Like people would put fridges in their front yard with chicken eggs in them, farm fresh chicken eggs, like not fridges that are plugged in. So you would go to these farms driving across to get back home, and we would see a refrigerator there that says, $5 for a carton of farm fresh eggs. So we put $5 into their little, tin can of coffee or something and grab a container of eggs and just keep driving. And sometimes we'd see those people and they'd be like, "Hey, Celeste, what's going on?" And be like, "Hey, just here to get some eggs." Family. And Ireland, oh my God. Just to be in Ireland again. Yeah, that's what they called it. The honesty and honor box or something like that. Where it's like, because everybody was basically friends. And they were running businesses out of like some of their homes, like the Tinker. The Tinker everybody knew him as the Tinker. And then he had a daughter who also started followed in her father's footsteps, called the Tinker's daughter. And they lived 2 houses across from us down the street. And next to them was a crystal shop that would go to different crystal expos, and he lived there. So whenever we drive to work or to anywhere to go get coffee, we see the Tinker, we see the Tinker's daughter, we see the shaman down the street who worked with crystals. We saw the children's school, people playing. Fucking Lake Geneva is beautiful. Yep. My aunt's in Norway or Sweden, somewhere in Sweden. I don't remember the name. It's some weird name. It's like near Copenhagen, I think. Copenhagen, whatever. They were. The structure of a pyramid placed on the surface of the earth channels the energies of the earth upward. So if you're inside the pyramid, or any pyramid, and you actually do some energy work, you can harness that energy slightly to heal your body. But if you use that energy to hurt anything, your body will be because it's just not meant to be used that way. Rebecca, I was just thinking about you earlier. Hi, darling. Well, remember, a genuine pyramid has to have its two triangles up and down. I draw it, but my pens don't seem to work today, so I don't even know. I told you guys I was going to do this in person, like on camera, but I ended up doing this at like 3 in the morning yesterday. The first time I've painted anything since my previous life. So, and then I found some little stickers and I'm like, oh, I'm going to put those on there. And I found little glass things. And I'm like, I'm going to put those on there. Everything looks really pink. I don't know why. I think it's this Christmas tree I have up. So it's not that pink, but it's pink. And it's supposed to have like a bunch of glitter and stuff. See? So I'm telling you guys, go get some paints and stuff. And one of these days, we're just gonna keep making these. And like, I don't know, maybe we can make some for each other and like send them out to each other and stuff. It's better than reading some cards and stuff. Oh, thank you. I ran out of Christmas decorations because I didn't have enough money to go get some more. So I had like enough just for those. But at least I got a Christmas tree this year. Ceiling like the sky. Go outside, it's better. Inside in your home, my suggestion, if you want to take it and like apply it to your living space, put twinkly things. Look at how sanctuary this looks. Do you see any negative energy anywhere? Look. And people are like, oh, I'm doing bad stuff, or that I'm cursed or karmic or some shit. Like, where? Where? Like, you have no idea how much peace is important to me, to feel cozy and comfortable and to take care of my inner child and all the other versions of me that never got to live and experience anything. And it's just like, what they need isn't someone to fight. What we all need is comfy, cozy cuddle time. Nothing else. So I just don't get the whole point with people being like, oh, conflict and unrequited love and just karmics and baby mamas and baby daddies and all this. Like, whatever, dude. Whatever. Do you see the peace I have here? Do you want me to tarnish this by fighting you or conjuring black magic? Ew. And if I'm going to do anything with black magic, do you know what I usually do with it? Like, do you want to know what because we have to keep light and dark balanced, right? When we access magic, we can't just filter it to one side because it creates an imbalance. Do you know what I do? I can tell you because you're supposed to be doing this too. I burn it away. And I intend that the smoke, you see the violet? Why isn't it red when everything else is here so pink? Because all the time when I smoke a cigarette, when I
do anything. It's to transmute that negative energy back into the earth. Turn it into positive balance and peace for me and for everyone around me and everyone that's kind to me. Voila. And when it's a lot of dark magic, when it's a lot of anger or irritation, I throw it into the ground even faster. And I tell the weather what to do. No snowstorms. You can use that anger energy to make the snowstorm go away. Melt the snow. You're really horny and have a lot of creation and you're like, ooh, sex energy. Cool. Why don't you, instead of using that to hurt someone or to hook someone, use it to regenerate your body? You're creating something, right? Well, why don't you create new tissue? You're so angry at someone, you just want to smack them with a lightning bolt. Why don't you just go outside, stomp your feet on the ground, and make it rain? Let your anger out and unleash it with the elements safely and nourish the earth you're on. Why aim it at your family members on earth? Weirdos. I mean, if I'm not a fucking living example of using black and white magic for purity in nature, I'm fairly certain that I've evolved to being the Philosopher's Stone by now. This is probably why my ancestor was called Cleopatra. The stone, the father's stone, pride of her father. You guys, I can't wait till you guys all fucking start recognizing that peace is better and simpler and way more fun. Not sadness is the same thing, darling. Sadness is just having no one to tell, no one to run to, nowhere to go. No one understands. No one feels your pain. No one. Guess what? God has no one other than itself. The Most High, the unfathomable, the source of all existence. It's in infinity and eternity by itself. There is no other like it. It is in a perpetual state of sadness and isolation and aloneness. All it has are its emanations, its thoughts, its creations, what it's made, what it dreams. It has nothing and no one. You want to be connected to Source, you're going to have to deal with that sadness. Because God is always sad. God is always angry. God is always love. God is always hate. God is always fear. God is always bliss and peace and joy. It's all of it. You're choosing how to express it through you by your thoughts and what you allow your body to feel as an energy flowing through it in the form of emotions. And then what you express with your words regarding those thoughts and those emotions. That is spell casting. That is manifestation. That is creation. So your issue is sadness? Cool. So is God's issue. How does God deal with it? Total acceptance. You think I'm not sad all the time? It's there. Do I have to feel it all the time? Nope. Good. Go have fun. I'm gonna go watch the fucking Doom Patrol. Eat a whole bucket of fucking ice cream. You guys have got to go get those ice creams called Magnum. I know it's a pervy name, but the ice cream comes in a container, right? Like a Ben and Jerry's container. And it's coated with a chocolate thing on the inside, okay? That chocolate is Belgian fucking chocolate. Like real fucking good
chocolate, not Snickers, Milky Way, which are good from time to time. I fucking love Milky Way and Snickers. Oh my god. I used to love eat that candy. And whatchamacallits? Oh my god, and Kit Kats? But this chocolate is something completely different. It's the entire ice cream is held in a chocolate coating, so the entire box is basically from top to bottom an chocolate egg. Inside of it is swirls of either caramel, fudge, whatever flavor you want to get. All real ingredients, less than like 20 ingredients in the entire thing. And then inside of it, there's more chocolate, crispy, frozen layers. So when you open it, you lift the seal off, it's all dark chocolate. And you're like breaking it, and then it breaks into clumps. And then you eat it, and then you continuously, the more you dig deep in there, it's more layers of chocolate and vanilla and caramel and amazingness. And it's like good ingredients. Good ingredients. It's some of the like healthiest comparatively to some of the other brands that I found. There's only one or two other ones I've seen where it's like cream and milk ice cream that's just like milk and cream. I think it's Breyers. It's kind of like Dannon. Dannon has really good yogurt, especially the whole fat yogurt. That stuff is a like probiotic punch for your stomach every time you eat it. And Dannon's ingredients are usually just milk, cream, and something or whatever. Daisy cottage cheese is fucking great. I don't like. I'm gonna have to be eating cottage cheese for a while after they get these removed in a couple of weeks, and like eating just soft, creamy ice creams and stuff. So I've been like trying to sort out which ones I actually like, so I can stock up before the surgeries. And oh my god, these things I found, they're so good. They're so healthy. I've asked doctors like, well, what should I be eating at this time? They're like cottage cheese, low ingredients, lots of ice cream, lots of things that cool the mouth, um, lots of pomegranate juice, pomegranates and kiwi water, like juice mixed together, um, oranges, and things like that. So try to take that as advice for yourselves, whatever you guys are eating. Like you don't have to stop eating the bad stuff. Just upgrade the quality. You're spending money for it anyway. Spend that extra dollar, get the one with better ingredients. You're spending $8 on a cup of coffee or something. You may as well go spend $20 on a big bag of really good high brand, like high quality coffee. That's not just, crap coffee. It's actually good coffee. Yep, better quality treats indeed. I used to get so many stupid little things that I was like, oh, I'm just going to get this. I can't afford the better thing. For the past 3 months, every time I've gone to the grocery store, I have purposefully spent more money by getting more good quality things. And I've noticed I've gone to the grocery store less. I've been eating healthier. My skin looks fucking amazing. I feel great. And there's like barely any processed anything in my system anymore. And when I do eat processed anything like bread or pizza or any of that stuff, I feel comforted. I feel like the grains and the yogurts and honey and all that stuff, it's helping me. I even have a little lavender plant right there. And I like take a little few pieces and I put it with honey and tea. When I have my yogurt, I usually have it with, and this is going to sound weird, but it's a Turkish thing. I usually have it, or Persian and Turkish, with cucumbers, sliced cucumbers, and salt, and little shreds of garlic. You mix those in there, and then you can put mint leaves in there too if you want, and just stir it up and use it as a chip dip. Or you can just pour a little bit of salt in your like whole fat, full fat yogurt. Nothing else in it, just the yogurt. It's going to be salty, kind of, if it's the good stuff. Pour a little salt in there, and it neutralizes the saltiness of it and creates a really creamy taste. Believe it or not, it works. It doesn't get saltier, it actually neutralizes the salt. And then you can add honey in there if you want. You can add whatever you want in there. But
add a little bit of salt, especially pink Himalayan salt. It has over like 80 some trace minerals. And the dentist also said, if you guys are trying to detox and like quit smoking and whatever you guys are doing, rinse your mouth out with salt water. Oh my God, I love tzatziki. I love all that stuff. I've grown up eating Persian, Middle Eastern, Turkish, Greek, Italian foods all the time. The only times the first time I ever even ate any burger or a French fry or like a fried chicken was 1994, 1993. From 1980 until then, all I had was learning how to cook home cooked meals from my mom and grandma. All sorts of Assyrian dishes, Persian dishes, like really old recipes. My grandfather teaching me about herbs and spices and bugs and birds and being told about other people and how they channeled and how to read cards and all sorts of stuff. And then we came to the United States, and then I had my first Burger King burger, and I cried my butt off because every time I tried to bite the burger, it was the first time I ever had one. My hands were so small. Every time I'd pick up the burger, the inside of it would fall down. And it felt like I was failing, and like everybody hated me, and then they started laughing. And I started crying so bad, like 14 years old, sitting in Burger King going, why does everybody hate me? I'm just trying to eat my burger. Oh man. And then the first time I had Taco Bell, oh my God, it was so good. Little did I know when I was 14 and I had my first Taco Bell, do not eat more than one hot sauce packet with your fucking Taco Bell if you're a 14-year-old child. My uncle, who lived in America longer than us, didn't tell me. And I sat there and I just poured so many of those hot sauces on my fucking Mexican pizza. I pooped so hard when I was 14, man, and that like my butt was on fire, and I came out of the bathroom crying. I'm like, I want to go home. My butt's on fire. Like, what's wrong? And my uncle started laughing from the chair. He's like, that me and my mom, like, my uncle is my mom's brother, and she had taken us out to eat, or he had taken us out to eat. And she's like, Amor, what did you do? And he's like, fucking laughing at me with his ginger ass. Like, he's a total redhead. I don't know why he's like, whatever. And he's just laughing. And she like pick up the hot sauce packet. She's like, you gave him the extra hot? And he put how many? And I was just sitting there like, I want to go home. I want to go home. So now you know my two embarrassing moments of first ever eating a burger and a Mexican pizza in America. Fried chicken was better. It was KFC. Oh my God, you guys remember Carson's ribs? Not Carson Perry Scott, but Carson's ribs. It was a barbecue rib place in the United States, like like nationwide. And they just would sell barbecue ribs and chopped liver and onions and stuff. It was always such a treat when, like, once a month, our parents would be like, we're going to go to Carson's and get ribs. I'd have like 3 or 4. And I'm like, no, I got to leave the rest of them for the family. When I finally had my own job and I was able to, like, go and get stuff, they were already closed down. Took me a while till like I had a car. I think the first time I had a car was when I was 19. Pretty sure they closed down before 2000. And the first time I drove my car out of the fucking parking spot, I turned the corner and I hit another car that was parked and I broke their side view mirror. And I was like, whoops. And I kept driving. I was only 16 and I was on a permit. And then I wasn't given a car till I was 18.
so I can get my own car insurance. And it was a Ford Thunderbird. There used to be, oh my God, I love those fried chicken places, Popeyes and KFC and stuff, when they were actually good back in the 90s. Fish and chips. Yeah, in Canada, when I went up there, they had, instead of the chicken places, they had a lot of those seafood type of fast food places. And they were so good. And Tim Hortons, oh my God, Tim Hortons has like such good coffee in Canada. Fucking 99 cents for a cup of coffee from Tim Hortons gas stations when we would take road trips to see my cousins in Ontario. And it was so amazing. Tim Hortons, bro. Rebecca knows. They're fucking amazing. Mm. There's some stuff that's like, they should, if we didn't have borders, we could have all the stuff all over the world. Like Tim Hortons in Wisconsin. Yes, please. Fucking, these Mexican places and these, hole in the wall corner mom and dad shop Chinese food places here. If you guys only knew how good the food is that they make. Oh my God, June, the preserves I would eat in Germany. The black cherry preserves, the boysenberry, the gooseberry, golden berries, zeresk. I don't know what you guys call them, but they're like, I think that you call them barberry. Oh my God, my mouth is just watering thinking about all those jams and jellies I used to have in Germany as a child. And those, I think it was called a curry bratwurst. Oh my God, in Germany there was this little what do you guys call them? Where it's like a go-kart or push cart with a little cooking station. This like older gentleman in Germany, he had a little cart. He would drive around and like in the city, in the areas by the church and the school and the neighborhood I lived in. And every other day, like me and my friends would go there, a currywurst stand. I think that's exactly what it was called, Mr. Something's currywurst stand. And he would show up, and every day, me and my friends would go there and be like, "Let's go, we gotta go get it." And then we sit there in the grass with a little paper plate, eating a little like bratwurst with sauerkraut and this golden fucking curry that was a barbecue curry kind of taste. I have not found this taste in the United States in over 20 some years, almost 30 years now. I keep remembering the flavor of that fucking food. And I'm like, oh my God, that would remind me of my childhood. And I would fly back to Germany and sit in Eschweiler and sit in the grass again, getting my face covered in fucking curry and eating that. Yum, 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 yum. I adore Germany so much. Oh my God. The holidays, the seasons, the way they decorate, the way the cities are, the food, the culture, everything. Oh, there was one German store a few years after we got to the United States in the neighborhood we were in. I would go there every day after school and I would just walk around the aisles just smelling all the bratwurst, the salami, the sausages, the chocolates, the jams, the bread, the feta cheese, the herbs they'd have hanging off the ceiling, the apothecary with all those little French candies, the little mints that they would put in their mouth, where it's like different flavors. Oh my God. And that glue wine thing where it's like a syrupy holiday wine, but it's not really alcoholic. It's just a little alcoholic, but it's like the sweet cherry pomegranate molasses syrup wine. Mm. And people in America are like, oh yeah, we have it so good. You guys are missing the whole point, most of you. And then there's so many places in America that would be so good all over the world, and it's just earthy people indeed. Absolutely. Absolutely. And when I went to Turkey, oh my God, there was a restaurant by the ocean. We were on, like, walking across the fucking ocean, the lake, whatever it is, this massive fucking body of water that had like ocean liners going through it. And there was a bridge going across it. And on the other side of the bridge, over this one narrow part of it, where it was like a tons of football stadium sizes. And there was a restaurant on top of the bridge that would, there were literally people, there were literally fucking people standing there working for the restaurant, fishing off the fucking restaurant corner on this bridge, fishing, pulling the fish up, giving it to the waiters. The waiters would go and cook it, bring it on a big bowl of rice covered in herbs, veggies, spices, but just the fish itself untouched with anything, but resting on a bed of rice and like salad stuff. And the fish was always fucking perfectly cooked. It was like $2, maybe $1 American dollars to pay for it. And you just sat there by the fucking ocean listening to Turkish music, seeing ocean liners and a bunch of people fishing, and everyone getting along. No one worried about homophobia, trans anything, government, nothing. Nothing. Just people driving and enjoying themselves. Oh my God, the smell of the sea air and all those people laughing and smiling and eating and enjoying themselves and the scent of that food. Oh my goodness. And then waking up in the hotels over there. And then the gorgeous Turkish like bellboys and stuff would be like, would you like some tea? You know, in their accent, barely able to speak English. And I'm like, oh, you mean tea? Yes. I would sit in those lobbies listening to Turkish music, having a cup of tea all by myself, and just like staring at everybody and being like, oh my God. Like, the world is so different than America around here. It was so beautiful. And then I came back to America, and like my flight came back, and the airport was frozen over, fucking snow everywhere, goddamn fucking skyscrapers and lightning striking out of the sky. It looked like I jumped back into the fucking Matrix movie, and I was like, God damn it. Fucking Chicago, I love you. You guys ever seen pictures of Chicago at night? I have never in my life seen a more beautiful city. If you ever get the chance to walk around downtown Chicago, take it. Walk there. Go around, wear something nice because it's fucking windy. There are so many tall buildings. The wind in downtown Chicago goes every time you turn a corner. It's insane. It's insane. And you're just there, and then the lake is right there. So the entire scent and the feel of the air through the entire city of downtown Chicago area, like the metropolitan area, whatever it's called, it is like cold, windy, misty, but also so much fresh air, so much clean air. And you think like with that city and all those cars and all that traffic and all those millions of people walking around, it would be like horrible. Nope. The entire city smells so good. Looks good. It's clean. It's fucking beautiful. Chicago is amazing. If I could live anywhere again in the United States that I've already lived, I'd probably go back to Chicago. But it's too cold. I'd rather go back to Greece or Turkey or Iran or Sweden. Well, Sweden's cold too. I'd rather go back to Hawaii, Ireland. Ireland gets cold, but Colette has shown us you can create a homestead where it's not really that cold, even when it's cold for the rest of the country. So that's something to do. But yeah, there's a lot of beauty in the world. So those of you who are just lost in like negative emotions, remember You're literally in a space where, in order for you to walk a mile, you'd have to walk an actual mile. So if you think like stuff's bad for you, walk a mile down that way and see what it's like over there. The other day, my sister was here and she took me to the dentist for x rays and stuff, and we took a different road back to the apartment. And would you believe, I saw a beautiful furniture store, a outdoor library with an honor system, a Burger King, a Dollar General, a coffee shop, a pizza shop, a mom and pop ice cream shop, a mom and pop vision center, a Domino's pizza delivery place, a little church, a little aquarium store where they sold fishes and stuff and like little reptiles and things, clothing stores. There was a Walmart somewhere down there. There was Starbucks. There was multiple, new banks I've never fucking heard of. There was a water fountain in the middle of somewhere that looked like someone's backyard, but it was just a garden you can go and sit in with a fucking water fountain in it, not 2 blocks from my house. And then there is a quarry where they blow up parts of the fucking ground to get quartz crystals out of it. That's like 4 blocks down that way. I had no idea. I had no idea. There's literally multiple bridges going over multiple rivers of water that actually have fish in them. 4 blocks that way. And I've had no idea. Never noticed. What I did notice is in the direction of all that stuff, outside this window that I always sit at, there's a church 2 blocks down where I can see the top of the crucifix on the church. And I've been to it before, but I've never been past it. Because every time I go past it, the vibration of the area feels different. And I'm like, oh, I don't feel safe here. So I went back. Went the other way. Yesterday, I was like, you know what? Go, let's see what's over there. Because I've been here like 5-6 years and I haven't been able to walk anywhere, because of all the bullshit. So she drove me through the area and I almost started crying. I'm like, I've been in my own little heaven all this time. And I haven't known because I've been too distracted with shadow work, healing trauma. And now I can finally see it. And I'm like, bro, fucking Wisconsin is amazing. This area is beautiful. There's like $1 million homes literally across the street from this retirement home I'm in. The value of the houses that I was looking at is over a few million just on this block of each specific house. And I've been under the impression I live in a very low income, bad facility area because of how traumatized I've been. What a fucking waste of time I could have spent at that garden, at the fucking lake down there that has a lighthouse. There's a lighthouse 3 blocks away in the other cardinal direction. A fucking lighthouse next to a pier. So today when I woke up and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to enjoy everything. Yesterday I was like, you know what? I'm going to enjoy everything. And yesterday was even fucking weirder. People were so nice to me yesterday. So nice. My pharmacist delivered my fucking prescription. And I was like, I'm going to go to the lighthouse. I want to go before the snow gets really crazy, if it even does. And I want to sit there and pick up some of those rocks and stuff. And it's so nice there, dude. And you can walk around and there's like sand and like pebbles and sea glass and a fucking lighthouse. Ugh. And then the restaurants, bro. There's so many restaurants on the way there. That's like fresh caught fish, barbecue chicken every fucking Wednesday, where they just come out and barbecue things together in the restaurant, like a fucking community of the people that go there regularly. I'm like, what? There's other card readers a few blocks down the street that have their own like card reading, psychic handwriting shops. There's another little children's library daycare that had a like, oh, we're hiring. Like I could go fucking work there and read children's books with kids and be like, once upon a time, this stupid bunny did this stupid thing, and then the end. You're fired. Maybe not that job, but like, you know what I mean, right? Go out, fucking explore. You want to do something? You want to talk to someone? Talk to them. You have a problem with someone? You probably really like them. You're really sad? Maybe you should go exploring. You know, you're dealing with shadow work. Guess what your shadow needs? The light of day. Man, there is a kindergarten right across the street. And every fucking day I hear these little kids singing and playing and dancing. And then the birds are singing and dancing and playing right outside my window, like you hear every day if I record a video before 3 p.m. Amazing places. Amazing fucking places. If I had enough money, more than enough money, I would help upgrade this place so much even more. Like I would buy my own shop somewhere and just open up my own little shop around here, like a little comic book flower shop or some shit. You know, somewhere for people to go and hang out and like read cards and play video games and shit. I don't know. But for all I know, that place exists too, and I haven't found it yet because I haven't gone exploring fully. So yeah, I'm gonna go. I said I'm gonna go an hour ago and I lied. But I'm gonna go. I love you guys. God bless you for sending gifts and donations and offerings and tips, whatever you guys call them. Whatever you guys send, it will be given to you 1,000 times multiplied. No, I have not, but I have seen nearly every single episode of Absolutely Fabulous, and I fucking love it. And if you haven't seen Absolutely Fabulous, please do so. And June, if you don't fucking watch the Doom Patrol, I will like teleport my ass over there and just put it on your TV and steal your remote and teleport myself back with the remote. Okay? Go watch it. And I swear to God, I already know who I am on that show. So, you know how when we were kids, we were all like, "Who are you on this show?" When I first saw that show, I'm like, "Oh my God, that's me." So go watch it and see who you guys think is going to be me, because I'm going to fucking laugh when you guys, if you guys pick the same one. Right now, it's only 8 o'clock for me, and I have nothing to do until January 11th. So I'm just like hanging out. If I get bored, I might make another video later, but I doubt anyone's going to be on. Because, I don't know. Yeah, it's 8:04 p.m. right now. I think it's Central Standard Time. So yeah, 6 hours. And then Germany, I think, is 2 or 3 hours ahead of you. So I think it's like 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. in Sweden and Germany, I think. If I remember my aunt's time and German time. I think Eschweiler was 13 hours ahead of here. I think 13 or 18 or something. No, 13, I think. You know, at least I know I'm not too far off with the time zone difference. Anywho, yeah, there's no energy to clear for you guys. You guys are good. Yeah, I was thanking you for any donations and gifts. And please remember, if you send me something, even though you want it to be a surprise, it is more of a surprise if I actually get the mail. So let me know that you sent something. And if you don't want me to give you a shout out on the community page or on a live video, please let me know. Because my first instinct the minute I get something is, oh my God, I need to turn the camera on and tell everybody. Look at what Mama Lake got me. I love it. I fucking love it. And it's so cute and round and not annoying. And it makes everything look so nice. Kind of. I'm exhausted today, but not in a bad way. Like I'm on peace overdose, dude. Like, can you tell? I haven't even smoked any like weed for hours, and my eyes are like so sleepy. Okay, I'm gonna go. I love you guys. See you later. See you tomorrow. Same weird fucking crazy Jane time channel, please. Watch Doom Patrol. You'll know why I just called myself Crazy Jane. Bye, everybody.